Today is Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. And this is our morning mastermind meeting. Today's topic is self-assessment for leaders. And basically self-assessment for leadership qualities. Because one of the things we need to focus on, one of the things you need to focus on as a business leader is developing your leadership qualities. If you don't have those leadership qualities in place, you are going to be missing out. So this is extremely important. The challenge is we live in a world where everybody claims to be a leader and everything is about leadership. So what I'm doing this morning is narrowing down the qualities that I think leaders need to have in order to be successful in any business, not just this business. And what I want everybody who is listening to do is assess yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of each particular quality. And the reason you're doing this is because you are going to identify your strengths and you're also going to identify your weaknesses. And obviously the goal is for you to develop and improve upon your strengths while cutting down on your weaknesses. So the very first thing that a leader has to have, the very first leadership quality any leader has to have is attitude. Now you may be saying, what does attitude mean? Well, attitude is the mindset and perspective you as a leader bring to your role. Again, let me say that. Attitude is the mindset and perspective you as the leader bring to your role. What's positive attitude? Maintaining optimism. Things are going wrong, you're still excited. You're still like, things are going to work out. What else? Displaying resilience in the face of challenges. Things are going to happen. We're all either coming from something, in the middle of something, or about to get into something. So what differentiates you from the next person is having a positive attitude, maintaining optimism, and displaying resilience in the face of challenges. Negative attitudes are what? When you have a negative attitude, you're resistant to change. You know something is good for you, but you don't want to do it. What else? Having a pessimistic attitude, having a pessimistic outlook. Yes, you know you're going in the right direction, but no, this is going to go wrong, that is going to go wrong. Let me be pessimistic. So that's a negative attitude. And it's not just, like I said, it's not just in business. Like with me, I used to drink coffee every morning, sugar and what have you. Now I just drink regular tea, just a tea bag in a cup of hot water. Was I resistant to changing? Yes, I was. Ideally, I want to keep on drinking coffee every day, but I know it's not good for me. But same thing applies to business. You know, you can have a situation where you know what to do, you know how to do it, but you are resistant. So again, assess yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. So on a sheet of paper, write the first quality here, which is attitude, and put on a scale, put your scale. From a scale of 1, which is you are just terrible, you have a negative attitude, to a 10, which is you have a positive attitude, you're always moving in the direction of success. Number 2, the second quality is hustle. You may say, okay, what's hustle? Well, hustle is the drive, the determination, and the initiative to take action and achieve goals. Drive, determination, and initiative to take action and achieve goals. What are examples of hustle? Going the extra mile. You know you need to do 10 things, but you're going to do 11. 10 things, maybe setting 10 appointments, but you're like, you know what, I'm going to set 11. Taking on additional responsibilities. Seeking opportunities for growth. All that is hustle. When you are proactive and you seize opportunities in leadership roles, you advance further. Not everybody does that. So you have to ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to step outside your comfort zone and take initiative? That's hustle. How willing are you to step outside your comfort zone and seek initiative? For example, back in the day, there was a time I said I'm setting 15 appointments a day every day. Well, I don't call people after 9 p.m. So let's say it's a day where I've set 14 or 13 or 12 or 11 by 9 p.m. What do? I will leave the office and I'll go walk the streets at night. It's New York City, so I can do that. And I'll talk to people who look like they're in the market to set appointments. And I did, and I will not go home till I set my 15. That was an example of me hustling. That was an example of me stepping outside my comfort zone and taking initiative, because I promise you, walking the streets at night, talking to people about business is not what I want to do with my nights. I'm not Batman, for crying out loud, but that's hustle. So again, evaluate your hustle on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. The next thing is cooperativeness. Cooperativeness is the ability to work collaboratively and harmoniously with other people. Positive cooperativeness examples are what? Actively listening, valuing diverse perspectives, promoting teamwork. Now, I'm not saying when you're being coached to be like, no, you need to listen to me, I want to do it my way. No, I'm talking of when you are being coached. Viviana, the people in the waiting room, can you handle this? Or, okay, Miriam, I'm going to make you a co-host as well. I don't know what Viviana is doing. All right. So cooperativeness, again, negative cooperativeness examples, being resistant to others' ideas, displaying a lack of empathy, things along those lines. And your goal is to reflect on your interactions with teammates and your willingness to support others. If someone needs help, are you willing to give them help? If someone is lacking, are you willing to help push them or pull them in the right direction? So again, evaluate your cooperativeness on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10, of course, being the highest and 1 being the lowest. Next, unselfishness. Unselfishness is the willingness you have to prioritize the needs of others above personal interests. Unselfishness is your ability to prioritize the needs of others above personal interest. Everybody is not ready, willing, and able to do that. But again, what are examples of unselfishness? Sharing credit for success, offering support and assistance to other people, having empathy and considering the impact of what you do on other people. So, and it could be something as simple as when you know you have to do something at a certain time and people are counting on you, do you do it? Or are you nowhere to be found? That's a very simple, straightforward example. So you want to evaluate yourself in terms of unselfishness by reflecting on your actions and motivations as you build your business. Again, scale of 1 to 10. Next thing is being a team player. A team player is someone who actively contributes to the success of the team and fosters a collaborative environment. Positive team player examples are what? When you support others, when you share knowledge and resources, when you celebrate the achievements of other people, even if you're not winning. What's a negative team player? A person who is not proactively helping others by giving them information. Could be something as simple as you're out with someone and the person is prospecting, but he's saying something wrong, and you know that he or she is saying something wrong, but you don't want to assist them. What else? Working in isolation. Some people want to build their businesses in a silo. What else? Undermining team morale, which is you go to people and you say, hey, did you know what that coach said? Hey, do you know what the problem is? La, 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 la. All those things are bad examples of being team players, or being a team player. So again, assess your team player quality by evaluating your collaboration and your communication skills. Next thing, quickness. Next leadership skill you want to assess yourself on, quickness. What is quickness? Quickness is the ability to think and respond rapidly in decision-making and problem-solving situations. You know what needs to be done. Do you act quickly and do it, or do you sit down and think, oh, let me think? Wow. Let me think some more. That's a lack of quickness. Quickness, on the other hand, is I need to do this. I need to get my 10. I see someone there. I'm going to go talk to that person. Not, am I going to evaluate this person? Does he look good? Is he this? Is she? No. Quickness is making timely decisions, adapting to changing circumstances, and demonstrating agility. In other words, you are moving rapidly. You make decisions quickly. You change your mind slowly. You have to be responsive and agile in leadership roles if you want to win. So again, you have to reflect on you, or rather not reflect, you have to assess your level of quickness by reflecting on your ability to handle fast-paced situations and making timely decisions. The next quality is aggressiveness. Aggressiveness, I'm not saying you should go fight people. I'm not saying you should go shout at people. Aggressiveness simply means assertiveness and determination in pursuing goals and driving results. Let me say that again. Aggressiveness is your assertiveness and determination in pursuing goals and driving results. What are positive examples of aggressiveness? Setting ambitious goals. I'm going to shock myself today. I know I'm supposed to get 10 names from prospecting, but I'm going to get 20. I'm going to shock myself today. I know I'm supposed to bring 5 people to the Zoom. I'm going to have 10 people show up. Taking calculated risks. Calculated. You know what? The chances are that person I need to speak with is going to say no, but I'm going to speak to him anyway. The person over there looks sharp. She's the kind of person I want on my team. She'll probably say no, but I'll speak to her anyway. That's a calculated risk. Running across traffic to speak to someone on the other side is not calculated risk. Don't do it. What else? Positive aggressiveness. Fighting for yourself, fighting for your team in a positive way. What's negative aggressiveness? Being confrontational. Somebody tells you something, you disagree. You might not say it, but you disagree. In your mind, you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's being overly confrontational. Even though it's internal, you're confronting your own goals. You're being confrontational in the face of your own goals. Disregarding the opinions of your leadership. Hey, do this. No, I'm not going to do it. But that's what you need to win. I know, but I'm not going to do it. Creating a hostile environment. That's also aggressiveness. When you're speaking ill of the team, speaking ill of leaders, not good. So again, assess your level of aggressiveness by reflecting on your approach to goal setting and achieving results. You measure your aggressiveness again on a scale of 1 to 10. And you do that by reflecting on your approach to goal setting. How good am I at setting goals and achieving results? How good am I at hitting my goals? Like, what if my goal for today is 10? How good am I at getting 10? How aggressive am I? Am I going to talk to everybody till I get my 10? Or am I going to talk to 4 people, and because 6 people said or 7 people said no, I'm going to give up? Next, timeliness. Timeliness is the ability to be punctual and meet deadlines. You have to be timely, because when you are timely, you are respecting others' time and you are demonstrating reliability. You're respecting others' time. For example, we have an M3 at 10:30 every day that I host. I am here every day before 10:30, obviously, because I respect your time. I don't want a situation where you show up and then you have to wait for me to appear. But you have to do the same thing. And it applies to every aspect of your business, because again, just think of it this way. Yes, this is a financial services business, but what if you were running a McDonald's? What if you were running a Home Depot? What if you're running a Best Buy? What if you were running a medical practice? What if you were running whatever? Are you going to be on time? Yes, because if you're not on time, other people are affected. So again, how do you assess this? Assess your timeliness by reflecting on your track record of meeting deadlines and being punctual for meetings and appointments. If you are always punctual, obviously you're a 10. If you hit your deadlines, you're a 10. If you are somewhat punctual, maybe a 5. If you're never punctual, a 1. Again, guys, if you're going to be a leader, the whole point of this self-assessment is to get you to be a world-class leader. That is the point. So again, you want to score a 10 or as close to 10 in every area. Any area where you don't score a 10, it's your responsibility to do a self-assessment and change. Because these are habits that are going to serve you for the rest of your lives. Number 10, personal habits. Or maybe that's number 9. Anyway, I just have them down. I don't have them listed chronologically. Next thing is personal habits. Personal habits are individual behaviors and routines that contribute to leadership effectiveness. Let me say that again. Your personal habits are your behaviors and your routines that contribute to leadership effectiveness. So what are some positive personal habits? Practicing continuous learning. Maintaining a healthy life balance, practicing self-care. What are negative personal habits? Procrastination, disorganization, lack of self-discipline. So again, you want to assess your personal habits by reflecting on your daily routines and behaviors that contribute to your overall effectiveness as a leader. Again, scale of 1 to 10. Are your habits and routines and behaviors such that they contribute to your effectiveness as a leader, or are they such that they take away from your effectiveness as a leader? And a very simple way to look at your leadership success is how many people are on your left, how many people are on your right, how many people are behind you. In other words, how many of your peers give you the respect that you think you deserve? How many of your mentors give you the respect you think you deserve? And how many people are following you? Cream rises to the top. If you are a leader, people will notice you and want to pour into you. I'm just telling you. So again, you have to ask, are your personal habits helping you or hindering you? Next thing after personal habits, hold on a second. Next thing after personal habits is getting along with teammates. If you're building a business with business associates, they're your teammates. You have to build a positive relationship and foster a harmonious team environment. There are some of you here who don't understand the importance of building personal relationships. You don't spend time. Now, I'll use myself as an example. Maybe I do this excessively, but I try to be people who are in the business that I see as players, I talk to them. So it might seem like I'm just shooting the whatever with them, but the truth is I'm building relationships with them by talking to them, by interacting with them, asking about how their days are, what they're up to. Some of you don't do that with people. You have to build relationships. You have to develop positive interaction with your people so you have a harmonious team environment. How do you get along with teammates in a positive way? You actively listen, see what's going on with them, ask questions. You offer support when you can. If they have issues, you help them resolve their issues. What kind of negative examples happen when it comes to getting along with teammates? Engaging in gossip. So for example, with me, if I say something about someone, I'll say to the person's face and I'll say, if they're not there, but it'll be the same. I won't say something about you when you're not around, because that's not how it works. So you don't want to go gossip, hey, did you hit? No. You don't want to create division within the team. Some people like doing that. Hey, listen, coach is bad, or you don't want to do that. What else? Not respecting others' boundaries, such as somebody is in a situation where they cannot do something. and you're like, no, you must do it. I'm not saying they are unable. I'm not saying they won't do it. I'm saying they can't do it. So if, for example, somebody has to, I don't know, go babysit their younger brother because it's a family emergency, and you're like, no, you have to show, I mean, things like that. So anyway, participants can assess their ability to get along with teammates by reflecting on their relationships with colleagues and their contribution to a positive team culture. I'm saying participants on your team and you yourself, or members of the team. Let me not say participants. So again, evaluate yourself on your getting along with teammates. Number one, or rather, one is I don't get along with my teammates. 10, I get along with my teammates famously. And if you want to know where you rank, ask yourself, how many teammates do I have? Do I have 1? Do I have 10? Do I have 50? Do I have 100? The next thing is coachability. Coachability is the willingness to accept feedback, learn from others, and adapt to new ideas. Coachability means you are open to growth and continuous improvement. If you're coachable, you actively seek feedback from your leader. You are receptive to different perspectives from your leader based on their evaluation of you. Because what they tell you on Monday might be different from what they tell you on Tuesday if they see that you're reacting in a different way. Like I was reading a book about John Madden. No, not John Madden. Who was the book about? It wasn't John Madden. It was about, can't remember his name, but great coach. And his whole point was that he coaches people differently. Like he'll try different things. Like one person, what works for him doesn't work for the other. So at times he'll try one style of coaching with that person. When it doesn't work, the next day he changes it until he gets what works for that person. So you have to be the same way. So you have to be receptive to different perspectives, and you have to, embrace learning opportunities. You can assess your coachability by reflecting on your personal willingness to learn, your personal willingness to listen, and how you adapt based on new information. If a shot is called, do you do it immediately? Do you think about it, or do you never and then do it, or do you just never do it? If you're coachable, whatever shot is called, boom, you run with it. Next thing, and I guess this is the last thing, being a proactive student of the business. Being a proactive student of the business means you are actively seeking knowledge and staying updated on how to be the best you can be within this business. You are actively seeking knowledge and staying updated on how you can be the best you can be. What does that mean? That means you're always looking for the edge. You're always looking for the edge. You have to understand that continuous learning and professional development is essential, because if you don't learn, you will be left behind. How do you stay proactive in studying this business? Well, 1, showing up for M3s. 2, showing up for other trainings with other people. 3, reading what information is out there, for example, from POL. 4, reading about the industry, about the client solutions part of the industry, seeing what's going on. 5, reading news publications about the industry, period. 6, seeking mentorship. 7, going to big events, and so on and so forth. You want to be the best you can be, because guys, especially in this business, when you're that good, when you learn this stuff and you apply it, you're going to make a lot of money. That's why you're here. You're here to change your quality of life. So again, ask yourself, how proactive are you when it comes to being a student of this business? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm all in, I want to learn all I can, to 1 being they have to literally force me to get information. Only you can answer that question. So again, guys, the things I've covered are here or are there to help you become better leaders. I hope everybody wrote the points down. I'll go over them one more time just in case you didn't. Number 1 is attitude. Number 2 is hustle. Number 3 is cooperativeness. Number 4 is unselfishness. Number 5 is being a team player. Number 6 is quickness. Number 7 is aggressiveness. Number 8 is timeliness. Number 9 is personal habits. Number 10 is getting along with teammates. Number 11 is coachability. Number 12 is being a proactive student of the business. Those are the things, those are the qualities you have to have. Once you have them, once you've reviewed them and you see that you are anywhere you're below a 7, you need to do better. Anywhere you're below a 7, you need to do better. And you must have continuous self-reflection and development if you want to be a better leader. Because guess what, guys? When you grow, there's something called the law of the lead by John Maxwell, and it says the higher you lead, the higher the quality of person you can attract. The higher leadership level, sorry, that's the lead. So let's say your leadership level is a 3, you can only attract 1s and 2s. If you're a 4, you can probably attract 3, 2, 1s. If you're a 5, you can attract 4 and below. If you're a 6, you can attract 5s and below. You can't be a 5 and go attract an 8. The person will see right through you. So you want to develop your leadership as highly as possible, and these things I just discussed will help you do that. All right, guys, we have an amazing M3 at 6:30 with the one and only Coach Mariah. Obviously, Zoom is going to stay on. If you have questions, please ask. And till then, God bless America, God bless Team Alpha, and most important,